Hi, this is Andrew. This video I am now doing is on this aircraft. As you know, is the Lockheed Martin, which used to be General Dynamics, on the F-16 Fighting Falcon. An aircraft that you may know was best known for the movie with Iron Eagle that had Jason Gedrick and Louis Gossett Jr., where they go to fly and rescue Jason Gedrick's dad, cast by Tim Thomerson, who was shot down. As you know, this is about the F-16 Fighting Falcon, and it was used in real air-to-air combat in battles. As you know, the F-16 has been highly popular with many foreign air forces, such as Thailand, Norway, Belgium, the Netherlands, Greece, Israel, Turkey, Pakistan, South Korea, Taiwan, and etc. And even some new foreign countries are going to be receiving them, which are, as you know, Iraq and Romania. And even Colombia is possibly taking an interest in it. Anyway, the nations that have used the F-16 in combat, there have been foreign nations that have used her in, the nation that have used her in air-to-air combat. So far, the nations who have used the F-16 Fighting Falcon in air-to-air combat, as you know, have been the United States, Israel, Turkey, Pakistan, Venezuela, and the Netherlands. As you know, Venezuela used them. It was during those coup attempts before the years of Hugo Chavez, when two occasions, one Venezuelan F-16 had successfully shot down two Venezuelan coup OV-10 Broncos, and one other Venezuelan F-16 had shot down a coup Venezuelan AT-27 Tucano. Now, as for the United States using them in air-to-air combat, it wasn't during Desert Storm. It was during the no-fly zone enforcement when, for the first time, a U.S. Air Force F-16D Fighting Falcon had used the AIM-120 AMRAAM air-to-air missile that shot down an Iraqi MiG-25 Foxbat, which was the first aerial kill for a U.S. Air Force F-16 and was the first time an aerial kill was achieved by the AMRAAM missile. Also, the United States used the F-16 in air-to-air combat in Bosnia when two F-16s, one of those F-16s, which was an F-16C Fighting Falcon, had successfully shot down three Serbian J-21 Jastribs over Bosnia in the early 1990s. Then during operations in Kosovo, one U.S. Air Force F-16 CJ Fighting Falcon Wild Weasel had successfully shot down a Serbian MiG-29B Fulcrum. And then, of course, as for Pakistan, they ended up buying the F-16 due to the fact that the Soviet Union was occupying Afghanistan and needed a fighter that could intercept Soviet and communist and Afghan aircraft, which was under the then communist Afghan government, because they declared that if any of the communist planes enter Pakistani airspace, they'll be shot down. And as a result, Pakistani F-16s successfully shot down over a dozen intruders of Afghanistan and the Soviet Union, which consisted of MiG-23 floggers, Su-22 fighter fighter bombers, one Soviet Su-25 Frogfoot ground attack plane, two AN-26 Curl military cargo transport planes, one AN-24 Coke military transport plane. One of those Pakistani F-16 pilots, Khalid Mahmood, shot down four of those intruders, consisting of two Soviet Air Force MiG-23 Flogger fighter interceptors, one Afghan Su-22 fighter fighter bomber, and one Soviet AN-24 Coke military transport plane. Now, as for the Netherlands, it was also during operations in Kosovo, when one Royal Netherlands Air Force F-16 AM Fighting Falcon had flown by Peter Tankink, had successfully shot down a Serbian MiG-29B Fulcrum fighter, which was the Netherlands' first air-to-air kill since World War II. And of course, with Israel, they saw a lot of air-to-air combat against Syria in the Bekaa Valley with the F-16, where they shot down over 40 Syrian military aircraft, such as some Mi-8 HIP helicopters, MiG-23 floggers, MiG-21 fish beds, and some Su-22 fitters, all of Syria. And of course, according to F-16.net, one Israeli F-16A Fighting Falcon, or nets, that the Israelis designated their F-16As, one that was known as the MiG Killer, was retired and now is in an Israeli Air Force museum. And of course, as you know, during the recent Syrian civil war, there were 2 air-to-air kills achieved by F-16 Fighting Falcons of the Turkish Air Force. From what I read, which was on F-16.net and other internet sources, is that Turkey ended up changing the rules of engagement when one of their RF-4E Phantom II reconnaissance planes was shot down by a Syrian mobile surface-to-air missile unit, and declared that if any Syrian military aircraft enter Turkish airspace, they will be given warnings to get out, or they will be shot down. As you know, from what I read on F-16.net, was in September of 2013, a Russian-built Mi-17 HIP military helicopter of the Syrian Arab Air Force had violated Turkish airspace, and as a result it ended up getting shot down by a Turkish F-16C Fighting Falcon. Then in March of 2014, last year, a Russian-built MiG-23 Flogger fighter interceptor of the Syrian Arab Air Force also ended up violating Turkish airspace, and as a result, the MiG-23 Flogger fighter interceptor ended up getting intercepted and shot down by a Turkish Air Force F-16C Fighting Falcon. Anyway, if you want to post a comment, that'll be fine. I look forward to hearing it. However, please try to keep the politics out of the mix, because I don't want to discuss that. Anyway, hope to hear from you.